how to best-selling books on Amazon to real estate agents. Darryl was named this year by Riz Media Magazine as one of the top real estate newsmakers and influencers, his fourth year in a row. He is also the recipient of the coveted CSP designation, which is given to less than 2% of speakers worldwide. On that note, Darryl, take it away. Teach us.
Thank you very much. Boy, after all those accolades, I sound very special. Well, I'm excited to be here with you guys. We're going to rock and roll. A couple more things that I want to address before we get into the content of today. I know some of you, this is your first time, so I always like to address this. Is this webinar a sales pitch? Don't you just hate it when you go to these free webinars and you learn nothing? So that is so not us. That is not what's going to happen today. As a matter of fact, just to be clear with you, this is part of our training that we do for our coaching members that are power agents. So this is part of their weekly training. So some of you on this call are guests, and we're really happy that the guests are here. Now, the guests, I just want to be clear with you, because this is for our coaching students, that from time to time, I may have like a sidebar conversation and point out something on the website that's part of their membership. So that'll happen. But overall, you're going to get a tremendous amount of value. Now, if you are a guest, by the way, we are going to, if you want to kick the tires and find out what it is to become a power agent in our coaching program, we'll talk about that later. Everything that's on the screen, we use it as an incentive for you to make an easy decision to kick the tires, because everything that's on that screen, we email it to you today and you get to keep it. But we're going to talk about that at the end. But I will tell you, it's off the hook, that whole pile that's there. So it's totally worth it just to check us out for a month. Okay. With that said, the webinars that we do, there's two types. We do it each week, right? So there's some where we go super wide on a topic, where I'll cover a little bit of things. Like if I talk about how to become a power agent, I'll talk about prospecting, listing appointment, negotiating offers, and I'll teach a little from each one of those. Then there's some topics where I just pick one topic and I go super deep on that one. That's today's session. Today, we're just talking about S.M.I.L.E stops, what it is, how it works, and the real value of it, okay? But if you're a guest or a new power agent, I want you to know there's a plethora of other training about calling FSBOs and doing listing appointments and handling objections and all that stuff. So here we go. S.M.I.L.E success, S.M.I.L.E stops. Let's talk about now getting out there with people. What is a S.M.I.L.E stop? Why do we call it? Why do we call it a S.M.I.L.E stop? So what we did is we have the acronym for the word S.M.I.L.E, and here's the acronym. The S stands for service, meaning that you're focusing on serving, not selling. You're focusing on other people. That's the S. The M stands for meet face to face. So in a sense, to get to the punchline of a S.M.I.L.E stop, it's essentially door knocking. But there's a reason why we call it S.M.I.L.E stops. This is part of it, and I'm going to show you some other signs to it. So you want to meet face to face with these people. You want to invite them to share by asking questions. So when you go and you meet anybody, there's a concept about sales, which is you have two mouths and 2 ears and one mouth. You should communicate in that proportion. Listen twice the amount of speaking that you do. And how do you get somebody to talk? How do you get to listen to them? Is by asking questions. L is you leave behind a token of gratitude, and then E is elevate the relationship, meaning you want to continue to have this relationship and work with them. Now, there's something, I'm going to share a couple of studies with you. So American Psychology Association, they printed this article this past December. What happens in your brain when you give somebody a gift? And there was another one done also fairly recently by the Clay Center for Young Healthy Minds, the psychology gift of giving a gift, the psychological gift of giving a gift. There's a lot of gifts in that title. Anyway, I'm going to summarize the two articles with basically a couple of sentences, okay? And it says the research shows that gift giving can activate regions of the brain associated with pleasure, social connection, and trust, leading to a warm, glowing effect. In fact, studies suggest that giving gifts can promote happiness and increase activity in reward pathways in the brain for both the receiver and the giver. So my point now, watch this. Here's my point. My point is to summarize that when you give a gift to somebody, there's a psychological thing that's happening, but it has that person that's receiving the gift almost feel an obligatory feeling or connection to you because of that. You're making them happy. Their dopamine, oxytocin levels go up. But more importantly, too, so does yours. So does yours. You know, one of the things about prospecting in our business, some of us don't like, we'll work with buyers more than we'll work with sellers because the thought of prospecting can be daunting or uncomfortable to put ourselves out there at risk. But when you're bringing some kind of gift, it breaks the ice for you as well. Let me share some other benefits that we've looked at when it comes to smile stops and going door to door with people. First thing is it shows appreciation. It's a great way to show your clients that you appreciate their business and the relationship you have with them, especially when it's a past client. It also helps you stay top of mind with the person that you're doing this with, right? So stopping by with a gift will certainly keep you top of mind with your clients. Considering giving them a small branded item, such as keychain, notepad, can be something that they use every day. Also, it helps build relationship. It can help strengthen that relationship. There's referral opportunities because when you go to meet this client and you're speaking to them, again, it creates that sense of obligation subtly with them that if they know of anybody, they're going to refer that business to you to pay back the gift that you've given them. In addition, it strengthens that bond, giving that gift. There's which I just talked about, reciprocity. And it enhances your reputation, and giving a gift can enhance your reputation brand. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about smile stops. Now let's talk about, so let me share with you some examples so you can see it, and then I'm going to give you some ideas and actually a plan. So some of the examples, one of our power agents, who's a very active power agent and really great with smile stops, is Mary Buddendeck. We have a closed Facebook group for power agents. And whenever Mary's giving out gifts, she's always great to share it with fellow power agents. And what you'll notice, she's got these Cheetos and Doritos, and she's got her business card taped to it. But she said what they did is they handed out the chips with her favorite mortgage lender at the 5x3 drive-through, which is a bank, by the way, 5x3. I had to look it up. And I guess that person works at the bank as well. And so you'll see that bottom right-hand corner, they're standing at the bank drive-through teller thing, and they're handing out these little gifts. I mean, come on now. I mean, that's just fun. That's some fun prospecting. And how much did this cost? Not a lot. Let me show you something else. Spreading holiday. Deneen, what she did is during Easter, spread holiday with some bunnies. And she look at those little bags that she's got, and she's got a little tag on there. I'm going to zoom in on the tag for you. Let me know if you know somebody who needs help buying or selling their home. I'll hop into action. Come on, Deneen. That was creative. I like it. It's fun. And now, what she also did, Deneen, she's another great power agent. She put her QR code there. And I'm going to encourage you guys to start using QR codes more because it's easy to drop it in there. And if somebody engages with that, they take the time, put their phone, click to go to your website, that's a positive thing. QR Code Generator is the company that we recommend that we use. And make sure it brings to a page where you're going to lead capture that, meaning that you ask somebody, hey, I got this gift I can give you. Just give me your contact information. Here's another one of our other power agents, Carol Warren. She said, oh, what fun I had. Lots of appreciation from past clients. Again, here's what you write. Just a little thank you note for helping me grow. As the housing market begins to bloom, I'm ready to spring into action. Your favorite realtor. So obviously she did the whole spring thing, little fun thing with that. And what she did was put it in these little bags, and I think I have another picture somewhere else that's out of order. Let me. There it is. It's out of order. So she took those little bags, put it on the doorknob, put it on the gate. Now I think that's really cool. If you think about that, right? You're coming home, you'll see it there at if you're somebody coming to your home and you see this little gift from this, that's fun, man. That's like, it's a great connection. It's fun for you. Another one from Mary. Let me see. Here it is. She did that whole Peeps thing, the little sugar bunnies. Did you know you are some of my favorite Peeps? If you need anything at all, just give me a call. Happy Easter. Okay. So these are all great, fun ideas. This is that. Here's another one. This is one of my favorites. Is Christmas time, taking Christmas paper, or not just Christmas, but the holidays, Hanukkah, that whole time after Thanksgiving. And on there, let me see, 50 total wrapping paper S.M.I.L.E stops delivered. I did 25 and decided to do 25 more. And in there, the note, like I can't read Mary's note, but one of the things we have that we tell the power agents to say with the wrapping paper, saying, thank you for helping me wrap up a great year. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, something like that. So I love the wrapping paper one. Now, here's some other ideas. Little Starbucks with some things in there. Coffee and your referrals keep my business running. Here's another agent. A great service is how we roll with a package of Tootsie Rolls. Here's just giving you a whole bunch of creative ideas here. Let's turn lemons into lemonade with a smooth real estate transaction. Inventory is low. Are you ready to sell? And it's got that little lemonade thing. So that's a cute idea. This one for the summer. I hope you're off to the start of an awesome summer. Thank you for a great year. Now, keep in mind, listen, gang, these S.M.I.L.E stops, these ideas, some of them are more expensive than others. So you have to figure out and decide where you're going to spend your money, right? So if you're just doing regular door knocking to the community, you may not be spending these kind of like a on off or a coffee mug from Starbucks. So you may go lower, more expensive, but still creative. And I'm going to show you some of those ideas as well. Thanks a latte. Thanks a latte. You get it? Anyway, here's another one. Roses are red, violets are blue. Looking for real estate help? I'm here to assist you. Come on, that's not expensive. It's one chocolate square, but it's creative. You see, it's creative. I like that. This one here, also not expensive. Wishing you a lotto holiday cheer. So this agent, now what this agent did is get these lottery cards, buy the lottery cards, brand it, put her business card with it. Awesome idea. Awesome idea. A little sleep mask. Don't lose sleep over your real estate transaction. My experience will help you to sleep through the night. See, there's another one. So now some of the other things you can do, like I said, less costly items. So you may spend the higher dollars for past clients, friends, and family. By the way, I'm just curious. Can you guys write in the chat which one of those was your favorite? Which one did you like the best? Which stands out? Let's do a little recap right now. Now, there's a delay, so I'm going to keep teaching, but I want to see what was your favorite one there that just came in. Okay, while you're doing that, let me continue to say, so one of the things you can do too is when you're just farming or just door knocking and you want to do S.M.I.L.E stops, a very cost-effective thing, just put together. Here they are. They're starting to come in. Spring plant. You like that one, Denise? Okay, very good. The Valentine's theme one was cool, Anthony. Very good. The lottery ticket, Linda. Yes. The sleeping mask is my favorite. Okay, good, Alex. Linda like Mary's Peep. The Christmas wrapping. Yep. And Catherine, good morning. Good morning, Catherine. And the wrapping paper, Danielle. Yes. The lottery, David. Very good stuff. Okay, great. The Tootsie Roll. I love Tootsie Rolls, baby. All right. Who doesn't? Okay. So, Julie, you can keep publishing those. Now, so here's how you can do something on a more cost-effective way, right? Is getting some really value checklists, flyers, simple things. Now we have for power agents, we got some really great things that are 30, 40 pages. They're books that you can give to people. We call them e-guides, so they're not officially books. But here's an example, 7 home selling mistakes people make, right? So you brand that, you put your photo on it. Here's another one, 7 ways to appeal to the next generation of buyer. Now, if you're going door to door, some of these people are not selling, right? But you tell them, listen, This is what I do for a living. I eat, sleep, and drink real estate, helping people get from point A to point B in their life. And so one of the things I can tell you is whenever you guys are, if you ever think about selling, the types of buyers, the next generation of buyers, here are some thoughts and might be useful for you to have. And what you could do is you could take a bunch of these things and staple them together. You could put them in a folder if you want. 8 reasons to hire an agent when you sell your home. Curb appeal on a budget. I love this one. We have another flyer that's not here, which is rate of return, like where's the best places to improve on your house that will give you the highest rate of return on. So we have that flyer as well. Declutter and downsizing. That's always good, especially this time of year when the weather shifts in the areas where there are seasons like Florida is, I think, one season hot. And but like in the north, for example, when it goes from winter to spring, this is when people start decluttering. And so that's a good flyer as well. Now, what I want to just talk to the power agents for a second, guest. So let me do this. Power agents, what you're seeing right now is when you guys go into the classroom and you go to the farming section of the classroom, this is what you're seeing, power agents, is just the farming section, where there's letters, there's flyers, and all of those are customizable, every single one. And you don't have to learn a new software. You use the software that you know. And there's some really great stuff in the newsletters. So my point is, power agents, if you don't want to do the expensive items, take some of these flyers and just customize and put together a few packets, and that's your S.M.I.L.E stop. The other thing that's really important to everybody is when you're doing S.M.I.L.E stops, you need to do something with your car, whether you want to do a wrap or you want to do a magnet. Vistaprint, we looked at it. I think Vistaprint is the least expensive place to have car magnets for a real estate professional. So, but there's other companies out there, and I could be wrong, but we did search it. And the reason why is because when you're going from door to door, this is another advertisement. And sometimes people will see when you go to a neighbor's house and you're ringing the bell, another neighbor says, "Who is that? Is that somebody doing door-to-door sales? Is it Jehovah, whatever?" So here, have your car say it's the real estate professional in the area, right? And I think you should have your photo on it as well. All right, let me give you some other S.M.I.L.E stop ideas that we have for you. So those were examples that I just showed you, but let me give you the checklist, because one of the things we have, power agents, is one of these flyers for every month. And what's interesting is that there's holidays that you don't even know about, because I didn't know about it. Julie, she's crazy. It's fun. She found these holidays. There must be a website somewhere. Let me show you what I mean. And so Julie took the time to create holiday, like things that you can wrap around the holidays. So for example, June 15 is National S.M.I.L.E Power Day. Now that one I knew. And she give 5 smiley face balloons and head to your local bakery for a smile face cookie and deliver it to 5 clients. Clients like you are amazing reason to smile. This is National S.M.I.L.E Day. I just wanted to say thank you for being awesome. How great is that? Here's another one. June 26th is National Beautician's Day. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was National Beautician's Day. Stop by 3 hair salons with a basket of baked goods and wish them all a wonderful day. Or what you can do is pick your salon that you go to. And now let me tell you something. This is powerful. You know, the beauticians, I don't know. I hear that that's a good place because everybody talks when they're sitting there and everybody shares and the fun and the ladies. And so if you go to your hair salon on National Beautician's Day and you give every one of the hairdressers a something, or you do one big basket for the whole group, come on now. You're going to have everybody talking about you and how wonderful you are. Okay, I love it. June 27 is National Sunglass Day. Who would have thunk? Julie found it. Buy a batch of fun sunglasses and deliver at least 5 great clients. Think about, thanks for being a bright light in the world. I like that. That's really good. Now, listen, let me just say one other thing. I just showed you June over here. And I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth. I apologize. So this is the S.M.I.L.E stops for June. Now, what I'm not telling you to do every one of these holidays, because then you're going to be like in the party planning business, not the real estate business. So you got to do it strategic. You decide what you want to do. Maybe you do one a month. Maybe you do one every 60 days. Let me show you, just for good measure, June, July. Let me go to May. So May, Smile Stops, just a few of them. Nurses Day is on May 26th. For all you do, you bring a basket of fruit or something. Say, for all you do to help the members of our community stay happy and healthy. A great thank you. That's beautiful. Mother's Day, come on, you get a bottle of champagne, a bouquet of flowers. Moms help make the world a more amazing place. Amen to that. Sunscreen Day, I didn't know. Sunscreen Day. Stop by 10 past clients with a bottle of sunscreen. Here's here to help you always be protected in your real estate decisions. Cute, Jules. National Barbecue Month. Didn't know that. Stop by with a bottle of barbecue sauce. The market's heating up. Thanks for being an amazing client for your neighborhood special. Anyway, so these are all fun things. Now, Power Agents, we have one for every month of several ideas, and then we created this one idea for each month, right? So like for fortune cookie for January, for New Year, Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. Now, here's something else too. If you guys have newsletters, now Power Agents, you have newsletters, you can actually print out your newsletter and put that in the packet and let people know, I'm going to be mailing you this on a regular basis. I'm introducing this. I wanted to meet face-to-face with you. So Power Agents, you have the newsletters for every month that we keep changing every month to keep it up to date. So you can bring that with your Smile Stops. Okay, let's plan the strategy now. So I've given you a plethora of fun ideas, of gifts. Let's put a plan to it. Here's the plan. First of all, one of the things I suggest that you do is make sure that you talk to or stay in touch with, whether it's a Smile Stop or phone calls, because that's the other thing. We want to sprinkle phone calls in with this, and I'll show you some dialogue in a minute. With your top 50 people, your top 50, it doesn't have to be a client. If you've got somebody who's not a client, but man, they love you and they talk about you and they promote you, those people go in the top 50 list. If I want you to start to think about the money that you're going to invest in this project. It's important that you have money put aside. And if you're going to start doing mailings with Smile Stops, that's when it does get more expensive. So I want you to do this strategically. You should have a contact management software to keep track of these names. I'm going to show you how to get your names. One of the things, I was talking to one of our VIP Power Agents this morning, actually, right before the webinar. And I was telling her you should, because I told her, Leah, that this other guy, the post that I did on Facebook, and I was telling her the dialogue about calling. She said, how do you get the phone numbers for people in my farm area? And so you get it from RedX or Cold Directory or PropStream, one of those three. And so if you're going to start calling and door knocking, and then you're going to put mailings to it, it's a good idea to manage all this in a CRM. So for example, Power Agents, you have what's called Power Builder. Some of you have that. We have it as an option for you. Some of you might have Wise Agent or Top Producer. Outlook is not a CRM. An Excel file is not a CRM. So you want something that you can organize your business, your activities, and run your business like a business. Develop your list. I already talked about how to develop a list. What RedX has is what's called GeoLeads. And what happens with GeoLeads is that you go in, oh yeah, Lisa has a question. Do me a favor. Great, Lisa. If anybody has questions, you can start writing them now. We're going to read them at the end. I'm going to start opening up to questions when I'm done here. Okay. So, and we'll stay on the call until everybody's taken care of. So going back to the GeoLeads, what they have in RedX, when you type in an address as a central point, you say, give me all the houses around that address, and you can tell it how far to go out. You can tell it, you can actually draw it on there too. And then you can download the list. And when you download the list, it'll have for you the name of the homeowner, the address, phone numbers, however many phone numbers they have. And if they're on the do not call list or not, they'll tell you that as well. So now you buy that list is yours. So that's how you do it. So develop your list, consider follow-up touches. As I started to say, you're going to do this planting the seed when you go face to face with people. So what I suggest you do is look at quarterly is one way to do it, like this here, where you say, all right, every quarter, here's how I'm going to touch my farm area. By the way, I want to say something to you all about this. So about the real estate market, this is really important you hear what I'm saying. This is the type of market that you need to really get out into the field of real estate. You need to be belly to belly, face to face with buyers. Some of you, if you've come into real estate in the last 2 years, you don't know what it really takes to list and sell, honestly, because the market we had after the pandemic changed the landscape of real estate, and we're still in that change. But now it's changing in a different way, right? It's becoming more of a struggle in getting inventory, to getting listings, the interest rates doing what they did. So it's going to take extra work for you to succeed, okay? I'm going to tell you something, and then I'm going to go back to this. When Warren Buffett, who's one of the richest people in the world, multi-billionaire, said, when people are greedy, you should be afraid. But when people are afraid, you should be greedy. Now, he's talking about the stock market, but it applies not just to the stock market. When people are buying a lot of stocks and the prices are going up, yay. When people are greedy, you should be afraid. But when people are afraid, stock market's down, people are selling, people are running, they're scared, that's when you go in, you see. And the same is true in real estate. Right now, real estate is harder than it's been. And there's some agents who are pulling back. They're pulling back on their business. They're pulling back on monies that they're spending. When people are afraid, that's when you should be greedy. That's when you should step up. This is the time for you not to pull back. This is the time for you to dive in, go all in, invest in yourself, get out into the streets. This is what you should be doing. Okay, let's continue here. Here's another chart we have for our Power Rangers, which is you have the activities of how you work in your farm area, and then across the top is the months. So you start to strategically say, all right, I'm going to do this mailing, or I'm going to do this door knock, I'm going to do this smile stop, or I'm going to do this event. Because when we're talking about smile stops too, we're really talking about farming, taking a group of people and having them know your name, face, and what you do for a living. So there's another strategy for you. Now, when you door knock with your smile gift, here's some possible dialogue. I'm going to go through this with you. You knock on the door. Hi, my name is Darryl Davis from Power Realty. How are you? Fine. I hope I'm not interrupting you. The reason why I was stopping by is to let you know I've been sending you some information about the market and to keep you informed what's going on. Have you been getting that information? Now, obviously, that's what you would do if you've been sending something. If not, you just tweak that section saying the reason why I'm stopping by is I'm working this area as a real estate professional, and I just want to introduce myself. And also, there's the next part, give you guys this little gift that if there's anything I can ever do for you and your family, bottom line is I just want to be your realtor and to be available to you. Now, what you can also do is offer, by the way, I'm also offering homeowners in the area a neighborhood market report. It's a report that offers two things. First, it shows you how much neighbors have been, they've sold, what their house is sold for. And second, based on that information, it gives you a value range of your property. We believe this is really important because a home is usually a family's most important asset. And just like your stock portfolio, you should periodically get an update on the value of your assets. Is that something you'd be interested in? So what we're talking about here is we call it a neighborhood market report, but what we refer to it in the industry as a CMA. I like neighborhood market report because it sounds different. Everybody else calls CMA. Civilians don't know what that stands for, CMA. Neighborhood market report kind of says what it is all by itself in the title. So anyway, that's what we think about it. But here's the point. The point is what we should be conveying to homeowners is it's a good idea that they have an update. They should know what their house is worth periodically, just like you're supposed to go to the doctors and get a physical. It's the same concept. So that is something, another value that you could offer homeowners when you're introducing yourself and you're stopping by with your gift. Now, you can also do the same thing as a telephone follow-up, right? So, hi, this is Darryl Davis. How are you? I hope I haven't interrupted you. The reason why I'm calling you is I've been sending you some information. Same thing if you've been mailing these people along with the smile stops. is you should do a follow-up call and you should introduce yourself. And same thing, offer the neighborhood market report, which this is an example of the certificate, which when you door knock with the S.M.I.L.E stops, you can also have that at your disposal. So you should have, your car should have stuff in it ready to go, right? So when you're door knocking, you're meeting people, you should have a listing agreement in there just in case. You should have a for sale sign just there in case. You have your neighborhood market report. You have your other stuff that you might need available. And that just another mailing for that as well. You know, Christina, one of our power agents, said the amount of information Darryl gives us amazing. You're never at a loss. So we, power agents, you have a tremendous amount of content available. And I just lost my slides. Give me a second here, gang. Let me just go back to that. So now, yeah, there we are. Okay. Julie, are we good? Because I just hit escape by mistake and got out of the slides. Are we good?
Yep, we're still good. I'm seeing Christina on the is that
all right? Good. So here's what we're going to do now. I want to open up to questions because we covered a lot as far as the S.M.I.L.E stops. Before we do, I do want to talk to the guests, because for the guests we have something special for you. And so before we get into the questions, let me talk to the guests for a second and let them know how they can get all of this stuff easily sent to them for just, we're going to do a special for you guys. If you want to check out the program for a full month, you can do that for $5, and you're going to get everything that's on the screen, including a copy of today's slides and a recording from today. Before we get into that any further, though, let me just give you a Reader's Digest version of what the program is. After I do this, we're going to go to those questions. Lisa has got the first question. The rest of you, if you want to start writing any questions you have about what we talked about or about the program, this will be the time to do that. The first thing I'm going to say is the program is a weekly coaching calls that we do with our students. And unlike this, where this webinar where you're just listening to me go through this content, the difference with the weekly coaching calls is that I can actually role play with you. I can actually talk to you. And power agents usually love it because it sets the tone for the week. We actually record it on 2 platforms. One, we recorded on Zoom, so that way you can visually watch it if you want. I just realized I was wearing the same shirt there. And the second thing is we record the audio, which is posted on the website for the power agents. One of our power agents, Susan, said, I felt insecure about listings, but Darryl's program has taught me how to be a great lister. I've got more listings in the past 3 months I did all year. I will tell you the gist of the training is how to get more listings, because buyers are actually easier. Negotiating offers is another skill set that's hard for some agents, how to get their offers accepted in multiple. But listings is the name of the game. That's where our focus is. So we have the coaching calls. We have Talent Tuesday. What Talent Tuesday is we'll interview either a top agent that's a power agent or an industry expert, and they'll share their ideas. The other thing we do with Talent Tuesday is we do brainstorming where the power agents will bring ideas, kind of like a show and tell. And that we do every 60 days. We take those ideas of current power agents and then we put it into a complete guide. Now, I will tell you, this is something that is one of my favorite parts of this program, because the plethora of ideas that come out of this every 60-day meeting is quite incredible. And I think it's worth the entire program, quite frankly, with the ideas that come out of that. There's every training that we do is recorded, like this one is recorded, and then we put it into the portal for the power agents. So that way you can self-train yourself. You need a topic, you need help on the listing appointment, or call in FSBOs, it's there for you. And plus you get a copy of the slides. Like the power agents today, they got a copy of these slides today before we even did the session, and you'll be able to follow along with as well. Marty Sorrentino, one of our power agents, said he was a brand new agent, and he was literally, he was really broke when he started with us. And by graduation, he became a top agent. He works 2 markets. He works Carolinas and Long Island, New York, and he's a mega producing agent now. And he says it's all because of what we teach. So shout out to Marty on that. You got a sense of the support material that we have as far as the flyers, the checklist, the dialogue. It's all there for you. So Kristen, one of our power agents, said She sent out the letters from the classroom and she's generating business from it. So when it comes to mailings or emails or texts, we have all of this incredible rainmaking content for you where people, if you mail out our stuff, people are going to call you and they're going to want you to come over to list their house. So we have, just to give you an idea of the website, when you log into the portal, if you go to Classroom, that's where all the magic is. Now, in the Classroom, we've broken up real estate into these topics: the listing appointment, prospecting, self-promotion. So if we use farming as just the example, that's where all of that material is that I showed you earlier, and there's literally hundreds. Now, we also use similar technology that Google uses. So let's say you type in the word FSBO as an example. Everything FSBO related, whether it's a training, a checklist, a dialogue, is there for you. And so it's just incredible. Let me ask you a question for the guest. If let's say becoming a power agent generated one sale a month that you wouldn't have had otherwise, because that's very doable, yeah. And if that one sale was worth, I don't know, $10,000, $5,000, whatever your price range is, what would that be worth? I know when we looked at pricing this years ago, that if we were at $397, that would be a no-brainer, but we don't charge that. $297, wow, if you got a $5,000 commission each month because you're spending $297, that would be really great. Well, we don't charge that either. So we easily could do all of these different prices when we look at it, but we made a decision to have money not be a barrier for people. So we've priced it at $47 a month. There's no long-term contract because we want it to be something that you have to have in part of your business, right? Like a lot of us have Netflix. We don't use Netflix all the time, but we want to have the ability to have it, right? So just to recap this, if you want to try the program, if you're a guest, you can do that. You can cancel anytime. You only $5 for, you don't have to worry about 47. It's just $5 today. You'll have complete access to everything. Plus, you're going to get the bonuses from this session, and which is the video and the slides and everything that you see on the screen right there. So it's a great deal. We're going to open up questions now for people. Now, the questions that we're going to open up, and some of you are starting to write them now, continue to write them. The questions will either be about the S.M.I.L.E stops, prospecting, anyway, actually it can be about real estate in general. That'll be the first thing, or about the program. Before we actually start reading those questions, I do want to address this one thing for the guests that are like, why is it such a great deal? Because you're right. I mean, $5 is like really a great deal just to try this. Because when you think about $5, we'll probably get off this call, and before we go to sleep tonight, we're going to spend $5 on something that's really not going to make any incredible difference in the quality of our life or definitely in our career. So the reason why we've done that is because we don't want, as I said, to have money be the obstacle for you. So we would like you to try the program. We invite you to do that. It's not a risk for you because $5 is just so incredibly low. Okay, so let's empower agents. If you want to jump in or say anything to the guests, if you want to pay it forward and tell them if being a power agent, how you feel about it, tell them how you feel about it. And with that said, Julie, what questions do we have for the guests from everybody? So again.
Awesome. Well, we'll start with Lisa since she popped in early. She says, I have questions. I've never implemented pop buys or S.M.I.L.E stops before. How do I start with past clients? Like, how far back do I go? And how often do I smile on them? I love the business ideas. How often do I go back to them, as this would be out of the blue to start? In my mind, it shouldn't be one and done.
Yeah, Lisa, you're right. It should not be one and done. It should be relationship building. I think that it's the best approach is to mix it up with a few different things, right? So when you do your first S.M.I.L.E stop, how far back you should go, it's based on your budget, right? So if you can think of one idea that you want to start giving out to past clients, if that item is like $1, well, you probably can do that for all your past clients. If it's a $10 item thing, maybe you'll just do your past 25 people. So it's going to, based on your budget, is what the influence is what's going to help make the decision. So that's number one. Number two is how often should you smile on them? I love how you said that. There's something that we didn't talk about because it's not a smile stop, but it is part of the marketing and self-promotion. We have a webinar on that as well. Is if you go to your clients and you drop off something, hey, listen, I just wanted to stop by and put a smile on your face, and here's a little gift, check in on you guys, see how things are going, right? That's it. Then I would say maybe in 60 days, maybe you have an event, not just for your past clients, but everybody in the area. It could be a drive-through movie thing. It could be meeting you at Starbucks and having a cup of coffee on you. So you can create some kind of, we call it a parking lot party idea. And we have, if you go into our classroom, you'll see, actually, let me just show you this. But to finish my thought, what you would do is, give me a second here, is you would do it. I don't think every 60 days you should knock on their door is the point, but every 60 days they should hear from you. So the first smile stop you do, and then 60 days later you have an event, or in 60 days you call everybody, see how they're doing. Another 60 days you can do another stop by with another gift, because now you're looking at 120 days between the first gift and the next one, right? The best thing to do, Lisa, also is, let me go share my screen here. Give me a second. Let me move this over. Is you should plan it out either using something like this or like this, saying, okay, once a quarter, I want to do something with my past clients. And what is that going to be? So Lisa, do one of those two things. I want to show you one other thing, Lisa, assuming you're a power agent, parking. Let me show you this. We really love this. So we have this guide called the Parking Lot Party Planning Guide. It's going to take a while for it to download. It's downloading right now. And it basically, if you want to do events with past clients or even just your farm area, this is something we created because of the pandemic. And so it's opening up. Lisa, when it's done opening, I'm going to, I said Lisa, I'm sorry. Is it Lisa or Karen?
No, it's Lisa.
It was Lisa, right? Okay. So Lisa, when this is done, I'll show you the parking lot party ideas. All right, go ahead, Julie. Next question.
We have one that's specific just for Halloween, the trunk or treat guide. So
that's where it came from. Some of you might have heard the term trunk or treat. And so this idea of the parking lot party guide came from the trunk or treat idea. Instead of having people do having kids go door to door, you have the Halloween in a parking lot, and it's called a trunk or treat, and people decorate their trunk. It's really fun and exciting. I'll see if I can show you that as well. All right, Julie, let's go to the next question.
Sounds good. What time are the live sessions?
The live sessions on the telephone, the coaching calls they start at 11 o'clock on Monday, and they go at least, what's that?
Eastern, 11 Eastern.
Eastern time. And they go at least 2 hours, sometimes longer, because the commitment that we have, power agents, tell Donna how are the Monday coaching calls. I can tell you, Donna, our commitment is that the coaching call ends when everybody's question gets answered. So it's a group call, everybody calls in, and so it takes as long as it takes. So sometimes they go close to 3 hours. Let me show you the parking lot party guide, because it just finished downloading. And it's an incredible item that we put together. So there's some suggested events that you can do. And again, what happens is you have people come to a parking lot and participate in this, and food drive, blood drive, pet food drive. And then we've created flyers and other ideas on websites that you can use. Just a plethora of stuff. We have checklists. Where's the checklist? A checklist for people to register. You can do it online as well. How to set it up, context. 5 reasons to partner with your local PTA. Anyway, just a lot of great ideas to have these events, volunteer list, flyers that you can edit to help promote the event. This is just one of our guides. The trunk or treat one is actually awesome too. So now what I'm showing you here, Lisa, there's the movie night idea. This is just one guide, one idea from the power program. And I've got to tell you, power agents will tell you if they want to chime in on this too. The plethora of content that we have is unlike, there is no coaching or training program that has the content and design and letters that we have here at the Power Program. By the way, this is just one piece I just showed you. It's incredible what's available for power agents. Okay. Next question, Julie.
Perfect. The newsletters, are they extra?
No, the newsletters are not extra. So, yeah, they're not extra. So anything that I show you, everything that's part of the program is part of the program, is part of that 47. There's no extra. The only thing that's extra is if it's an outside vendor like RedX, that's not our company. We cut deals for power agents with discounts and that you won't get anywhere else. And but those are extra because you're dealing with the company. So, but we got deals for you.
Well, on that note, Maria's question is access to RedX included in the membership? And
yeah. So
another question.
Maria, the RedX is not part of the membership, like I just said, but I'll give you an example, being that you're asking that specific company. RedX, to do it, if you were to go to them to their site to set up an account, they charge a setup fee of $150. Then, depending on what you choose, because it's a la carte, they have FSBO leads, expired leads, houses for rent, pre-foreclosures, and they have geo leads. And each one of those modules, they'll charge a certain amount. Like for the geo leads, I think it's like $60 a month if you don't get a contract. If you get a contract, they give you discounts. But I tell people don't do the contract, like kick the tires and then decide later if you want to commit to a contract. So $60 for geo leads is with no contract. And now for power agents, though, that $150 setup fee is waived. You don't pay them. Plus, any of their modules, all of the modules, you pay $0 for the first 30 days. So literally, you can sign up, Maria, and try RedX with zero money out of your pocket. After the 30 days, then they start to charge you if you don't cancel during the 30 days. So it's a really great deal that we have for you guys. All right. Next question, Julie.
That RedX trial is part, you get that with the $5. If you sign up for the $5, you basically get 5, 6, well, gosh, it's more than that now in RedX. And then Cold Directory that you mentioned earlier, we've got a $200 coupon for them. So a lot of the data sources, we have a whole vendor section where we've got coupons for you guys.
Yeah, I guess I could show them that too. And while you ask me the next question, I'll set this up for them.
I shall. Karen says, should you farm to a neighborhood that you just moved into if there are already several well-established agents, but it's a highly desirable community?
Yeah, listen, so there's a couple of things. Number one is, by the way, what's on the screen now, these are the vendors that we have. We don't just recommend them, but we actually cut a deal for you so that you can't get anywhere else. For example, S.M.I.L.E Broadcast. This is a company where, I love this one. We did a whole webinar on just this topic. And you know what? This is so perfect with the farming and the S.M.I.L.E stops. So give me a second to teach this, okay? Because if you're a guest, I'm teaching you something. You don't have to do it. Now, if you're a power agent, I'm going to tell you the gift that we got for you. S.M.I.L.E Broadcast, what it does is you can record a message, and then they'll send it out to the list that you give them. So let's say you have a farm area that you're doing the door knocking or the S.M.I.L.E stops, right? And let's say you want to say, hey, this is Darryl Davis. I'm sorry I missed you. The reason why I was calling, I just want to let you know I'm going to be in the area, just introduce myself to the neighbors and dropping off a gift. So just giving you a heads up. And if you see me walking in the area, it's because I just want to meet you face to face. If I miss you, I'll make sure to leave it at your doorstep. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Okay. So you record that message. That was a good message. I just made it up, by the way. Now, what happens, have you ever had this happen on your phone where, oh, sorry, my light's on. Have you ever had this happen on your phone where it's like you missed a call? And it's like, wow, there's a voice message and my phone didn't even ring. Because that happens sometimes. Well, that's what S.M.I.L.E Broadcast does. What it does is the message that I just demonstrated, you record it one time. They will then send it right to people's voicemail. So then they see, oh, I missed the call, and they listen to it, and you recorded the way I just did. It makes it sound like I called you personally, right? And now it's a precursor to when you do the smile stop. I love this. Now, Slide Broadcast, we got for Power Agents 150 calls, $0, right? So that's what we did. Okay. I'm sorry, Julie. What's the next question?
Well, I don't know that you answered Karen's, which was, should you farm to a neighborhood that you just moved into if there's already established agents there? But it is a highly desirable community.
Karen, I'm sorry. I was still answering the old question. Karen, you should not pay attention to what other people are doing. Because, Karen, every area there's going to be some agent that's been working, okay? So just ignore that, because people list with people. All you need to do is, because an agent may be established, they may have people, but there's some people, listen, like me, not everybody loves me. There's other speakers and other trainers. I won't mention their names, but you know who they are. Some agents love that style where they teach agents scripts and hard sell. Over here, we teach building relationships, not selling, but serving, coaching, not closing. We have a different philosophy here. Not everybody likes our philosophy. Some people are driven by money. They go to those trainers. People that are about building relationships and have people come to you, and you don't have to close people. They choose you. You don't have to sell them. They come here. So the same is true when it comes to hiring an agent. If I'm going to hire an agent, I have a choice. I can hire a top agent. They're all about the money. They're good at closing. Or somebody that has integrity. Maybe they're not a top agent, but they're trying to. Anyway, so Karen, don't think that way. There's somebody in the area that you want to work, and they want you, and you got to go find them. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Don't pay attention to that. Karen, here's what you do. When you are passionate about something, you live from that passion. You don't think about the obstacles or concerns, right? So if you like an area, this is what, let me just talk to Karen for a second. Karen, if you like an area and you want to work that area, you love the houses, you love the neighbor, there's just something you love, like you connect with that area, go work that area, Karen. Don't worry about other people, what they're doing, or what other agents are doing or not doing. Go work that area, man. Let people know your name, face, and what you do for a living. And I promise you, there's going to be people that are going to choose you because they connect with you and not the other. Okay, next question, Julie.
On that note, real quick, though, Karen, we do have an interview that Darryl did with Tracy Palmero, who's one of our superpower agents, that is very powerful. She went from 0 to 6 figures in her first year, and a lot of it is farming. A lot of it is working her community and really being present in her community. So I would definitely recommend, and it's almost a 3-hour interview, so I don't want that to scare you, but it is just full of information, and she shares so much of her, generously shares her everything she did, her sources, all of that. So
I just searched our website for the power program, for the power agents, the name Tracy, and there it is. And when you click, you'll see the interview with Tracy. And this is not blowing smoke. Tracy, meaning she went from 0 to 6 figures in her first year, and that's 6 figures of income. Now, Tracy became a power agent her first full year, and she's been a power agent with us ever since. And by the way, she fills in for me once in a blue moon. If I can't make a Monday coaching call, which is maybe once every 2 months, she steps in for me. And so she did it all from what we're talking about, Karen, about farming and door knocking, smile stops. And she's got some other strategies. I won't give away the end of the movie. But anyway, so check it out, Karen. All right, next question, Julie.
Very powerful. Kalina asked, can you repeat what the acronym is for S.M.I.L.E again, please?
Sure. It is. I'm going to show it to you as opposed to just telling you. Service, meet, invite, leave, and elevate. Service, you're focusing on them. You're being of service. You're not selling. You're meeting them face to face. You invite them to talk And how you do that is by asking questions. How long have you guys lived in the neighborhood? What do you like best about the neighborhood? Have you ever thought about moving? If you're going to move, where would you move to? Have you heard of anybody thinking about selling? What do you like best about the neighborhood? Okay. Leave behind a token of a gift and then elevate the relationship, meaning you need to follow up and stay connected with these people. Think of this as when you farm, you plant a seed, but when you plant, we just put in a new yard in our backyard because we put a pool in last year. And so we had to seed it. And now we got to fertilize it. We got to water it. We got to nurture. We got to take care. We got to pay attention. Same thing. When you go a S.M.I.L.E stop, you plant a seed. That seed's not going to take root yet. You got to work it. Okay. So next question.
Well, I do want to share because Lisa Prince, who asked her questions earlier, said, Darryl, you can quote me. Not only is Darryl and his team available, the power agents also contribute. Nowhere will you get the content, access to information, customizable to brand yourself. The team is unbelievable in response time if you need help. Nowhere. No other coach is as passionate and sincere as he is. His pricing is unmatched for the content. Join. Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa, I'm going to pay you $5 now. That was good. I will tell you now. Listen, I'm going to get a little aggressive with the guests right now. The best thing you can do is take that $5 out of your pocket and become a power agent for 30 days to try it. The worst thing you can do is hang on to your $5 because that's not smart. Because you're going to kill off possibility here. You should check us out for a month. You'll have full access to everything. It's only $5. You cannot lose because I'm going to email you $2,000 in gifts. I mean, that alone, if you don't see,
it's a return on investment, right?
I hope I don't offend anybody, but if you don't see the opportunity that is here right now, I don't think I can help you because it is such a no lose situation for you. So the only way you lose is by passing on it. All right, next question, Julie.
That's right. And I see people signing up. You guys that are signing up, tell us what you find of value. Tell us what sparked that registration.
Okay.
Janet says, can I get a telephone number to restart my account? Do you want to show me how to get on the chat?
Yes. So let me show you this. So let me minimize the thing. I'm on the Power Program website. Now, I'm going to answer two things, actually. So this is for the agent who wants to reactivate, but let me just show you. See this little thing over here? I'm going to tell you our company philosophy. I hate any company where I can't pick up the phone and talk to somebody. I hate where they say I have to email and open a ticket. It ticks me off, right? So let me tell you how we do here, okay? We have our phone number on every page. It's at the top. But honestly, don't use the phone number because you are going to go into pick the number and you are going to leave a message and then somebody will get back to you, but they're not going to pick up an answer right away. So that's not the best way. Here's the best way. You click on this little floating thing over there. And when you click on that, you start to write a message. Send us a message. Now, here's what happens. When you start, if I were to hit the message, it goes to everybody, my whole team, and their computers go ding dong like somebody's at the door. And if your question is, hey, I'm a past power agent, I want to reactivate. Whoever is best to handle that, which probably would be Gail or Shelly, she'll jump in on the chat and everybody sees, okay, Gail's got the chat or Shelly's got the chat. So that person's being taken care of. But watch this. If you say, can you just call me? And you tell us, just call me. Here's my cell. We're going to call you right away. So that's what I would do. Now, you'll see at the top there, it says, we typically reply within 2 minutes. That is the company Intercom is rating us 2 minutes. We're not putting that like it's a sales thing. Intercom is the software that we use, and they rate us. And I've never seen anything over 2 minutes. That's how good. Power agents, tell everybody, how's our customer service? Are we responsive to you? Power agents, tell the other guests. All right.
We love our S.M.I.L.E squad. And that's another thing. When you guys sign up for $5, you get a graphic designer, you get customer service people, you get writers, you get a coach. I didn't mean to put you last, Darryl, but
it's all right. As long as I'm on the top of the pyramid is okay with me. So, but this is what you get for $5 for the next 30 days, and then $47 after that. This is your team, and they work for you. Like sometimes a power agent, they'll say, hey, do you guys have, you know why we have so much stuff? Hang on a second. You know why we have over 700 pieces? I'm going to tell you why.
You're going to blame me.
Because the power agents, they say, hey, do you have this, a flyer for FISBA or whatever? And I'm like, geez, that's a good idea. Then what I do is I tell Julie, Julie tells Camille, after Rachel writes and Camille creates the piece, then Gail is known, and then Gail lets the rest of the team know. And that's what happens from one student saying, do you have this? The whole company, this is why we have over 700 pieces. Now, if it's not a good idea, then we don't do it. But a lot of ideas are good, and that's what we do. So anyway, next question, Julie.
We work for you guys. Oh, I love Linda said, plus you offer Tech Thursday to learn how to use the Power Agent website. It's always available at other times when you need them as well. So yes, thank you for saying that, Linda. Every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, it's a live Q&A. You get to talk to either Gail or Shelly, and they'll walk you through all the best practices, how to use the site, how to get into the directory, which you may want to touch on the directory. So thank you, Linda. That was great.
Now, what you do here, now let me talk to the new power agents. You new power agents, what you should do is you should click on the top where it says calendar after you're logged in. If you're not logged in, you don't see some of these things. You're logged in as a power agent, click on calendar, and then do subscribe, because here's what will happen. When you say follow this calendar, our schedule, you see this schedule, then will populate your calendar. So whatever you use, if you use your Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever, so then the power program becomes part of your schedule, and then you don't miss things, okay? Julie, you wanted me to talk about the directory. Let me tell you the directory. I had this idea about this directory. I said, you know what, let's have power agents network with power agents, and so they know who's the power agent, they can network, right? That's all I thought. So we put it on here, and then what I didn't realize is how much referral business was going to go back and forth. And the referral business, there's about 5-6 deals a month that go back and forth with power agents, which is incredible. So you're making money getting leads. And I like to use Aaron because he did a good job filling out his profile. Here's his profile. You can change it. You can say, here's the areas that I work. Here's my social media. Here's my bio. He speaks 2 languages, English and real estate. So anyway, that's the directory. And that's I will tell you, some power agents, they tell us the directory is worth the $47 a month by itself. We are going to, FYI, we are going to announcement. You're hearing it first here. So power agent is a trademark that we own. So only power agents can call themselves power agents. We're going to be launching a new directory with a map that's going to be open to the general public. So if, let's say, a homeowner wants somebody who is a power agent who has that designation, they'll be able to search the directory as well. So we're going to be doing that. And when we do that, we're raising the price for new power agents, not for existing. So if you that's the other thing, we don't raise prices on our current students. So when we do raise it, which we're going to, if you get in at this price, you're paying the lower price. So because we are too ridiculously low. So we're going to break up the membership based on levels. Have you ever seen that? Like you at this level, you pay X amount and you get these items, but you pay this. So the more you pay, the more you get. So we are going to be doing that. But everybody that's a current power agent, they're going to get the highest level and still pay only $47. So you're smart to get in now. Next question, Julie.
I love it. Do you have these tools in other languages? Gonna ask.
Yes, we do. So we only have Spanish. So what'll happen is when you look here, this is one of our guides. You'll see it says English and Spanish. I'm not going to click on that because it's going to take too long. So I'll show you.
There's a neighborhood market report that you were talking about, the certificate for it anyway, which is a great farming tool.
Yeah, but I just clicked on this one. So this is an example of this. I just clicked on the Spanish version, and there it is. And I don't know what I clicked on because I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what this says. Oh, I said it was a referral thing for friends. There you go. So anything that the general public would use, that you'd use in the public, like here's a checklist for moving kids, Spanish ones, anything you would give civilians, there's Spanish version. This over here is your dialogue. It's not in Spanish because it's just for you. All right, that's it. Next question.
Right, I think you covered dialogues earlier. So you guys, that's as simple as searching dialogue, putting dialogue in the search bar.
Yeah, let me do that.
Perfect.
Dialogue. So this is the amount of dialogue that we have, whether it's calling around your farm area, calling new listing, vacant properties, FSBOs, expireds. There's 5 pages of dialogue. So I've actually counted the dialogue. There's voicemail dialogue. We have 29 dialogues.
We actually have more than that. We probably have 30.
We had 29, but we added, here's what we did. We added dialogue because of that SLI broadcast thing, which let me go to that because I want to show the power agents. You have to watch this if you missed this. Okay. So if I go to webinars on demand, these are where all of the past recordings are. Power agents today here. The best listing appointment objection handlers, how to make SLI broadcast your new marketing tool. I'm going to say one more thing about this. So that was the training we just did on this. I want you to imagine you have a farm area of 500 houses and you want to shake the trees and say, hey, I have a buyer who's looking to buy in the school district. Do you know of anybody? Now, for you to sit down and call 500 people, that's going to take a few days. What if you can record a voice message that sounded like you called that individual person? Hi, this is Darryl Davis from Power Realty. I'm sorry I missed you. But the reason why I was calling you is because I have these specific buyers by the name of Stephanie and John that are looking to buy in this neighborhood. And as I'm sure you're aware, there's very little houses for sale. They've seen it all. So I promised Mary and John that I would call every single homeowner until I found a house for them. So I wanted to see if you can help me out. If you've heard of anybody thinking about selling, could you please ask them to call me? And if you folks have thought about it, or if you want to know what your house is worth, you can call me too. Here's my personal cell. Wow. That's great dialogue. You did it one time. You give it to SLI Broadcast. You upload the list. It goes out to 500 people. You made one, I cannot, and you know how much that would cost you? To buy that list of 500 names is going to cost you about $50. SLI Broadcast is also inexpensive. Plus, you get 150 credits as a power agent. I don't know how much. I think SLI Broadcast 500 people. Man, maybe it costs you total all in $125. Forget about it. If you got one listing out of 500 calls, was that a good 120? You damn spanky it is. Anyway, I love this thing. And so power agents, if you didn't see that training that was last week, I want you to watch that and I want you to do that. All right. Next question, Julie.
Well, on that note, I wrote down when we were talking about this to do a SLI Broadcast voicemail for a S.M.I.L.E stop follow-up.
Okay. That's a good point. We have to do that. We didn't do that dialogue. So
we didn't do that dialogue. So I think that would be great.
Now we're going to have 701 things.
Ron says, do you suggest we use SLI Broadcast primarily for people we have already met?
No, you can do it, Ron. You can do it. Here's what we did. Watch this, Ron. Here's all the uses for SLI Broadcast. If you type in the word SLI, because I wanted to make it short for our agent, SLI. Here, watch it. Here's all the dialogues that we created just for this concept. 1, 2, 5. That's another thing. One of our power agents, I'll give you an example. One of our power agents said, Darryl, I did a public open house. I had 100 people to the open house, 100, seriously. And now, because that's one of our favorite lead gens is open houses. We have a whole training on just that. So they did the training, 100 people showed up. She said, now, Darryl, I can't call 100 people. I said, yes, you can. You use SLI Broadcast. You upload the list. Bing, it'll go right to the voice. I created the dialogue. I created 2 different dialogues on the open house follow-up. So anyway, there is a lot of uses of the SLI Broadcast. I am passionate about the SLI Broadcast. And here's one of the reasons why. Because some of you have paralysis of making calls. You don't want to. I'm really good. I can call a FSBO and I'll schedule them. If I speak to 3 FSBOs, I'll schedule 2 appointments. We teach that dialogue too. I love calling FSBOs, calling expires. So some of you, though, you don't have fear. Fear has you. No matter what I say, you're not going to do it. So this is why I love SLI Broadcast, because you can sit there and record the thing. All right, let me do it again. Let me do it again. Like you can do it until you get it really good. One time, it's in the can. Send it out. 500 people. You're golden. Next question, Julie.
I love it. Heidi says, I love how you get so excited teaching us that you can't help but go on tangents.
I'm sorry. This is
Sorry, not
the real
sorry.
me. If you're a guest, this is how the coaching calls go on Monday. So I go. That's why they probably also take 3 hours.
We do go on tears sometimes.
I
Linda
do.
also wants to come back. Welcome back, Linda. We're excited to have you.
Good. Welcome back, Linda.
And Matthew says you can't even get a Wendy's biggie bag anymore. It's for $5. It's $6 now.
It's $6.
Money today.
Well, you know what? Maybe we should raise it so at least we'll match the Wendy's.
That's right. Biggie bag special.
Biggie bags.
Anthony says, is it worth doing smile stops for those you haven't worked with previously, but would like to work with in the future? So
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, the smile stops. I mean, a lot of what I talked about right now, the smile stops is for past clients or or friends and family, but it doesn't have to be. It could be you can take a whole farm area and do smile stops. I would budget though, right? So for your clients or people that could be a good connection, right? Like for example, if let's say the president of the United States was in your farm area. I'm picking that. You're in DC. You're not going to bring over, because he's never bought a house from you, you're not going to bring over a flyer on curb appeal. For that guy, maybe you're going to bring a nice.
For the White House, I think they got it covered.
Yeah, right. Maybe you'll bring a $20 gift for that one. So you make your decisions strategically based on the person that you're seeing. So even if it's not somebody that you've done business with, but they have a connection in a club or something where maybe you want to do a little something extra, a nice gift, that's what you do. All right. Next question.
Awesome. And Anthony, the neighborhood market report, like he said, like giving that certificate out, and especially before or after you're having an open house, really getting visible in the community. We've got so many things in the classroom that you can use that really don't cost anything other than printing.
Right.
So that's not expensive at all. And it's a great way to get in front of people.
Right.
Plus that community event thing. So that's good. Betty says, I'm farming a subdivision. What criteria do you use to choose that subdivision? Size, price, age of homes? We've got a calculator for that, Betty.
Yeah, we have a calculator for that. So let me pop this back up and then I'll go over to that. So if you go to, once again, if I go to the classroom, it says webinars on demand, doesn't matter. When you see that little search thing, I'm going to type in calculator. I'm going to just type in calc. I'm not even going to spell out calculator, calc.
Everything's shortened now.
Here is, you'll see it says farm area spreadsheet. And it's an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to open it for you. But before I do that, there's also a tutorial video because it's numbers and it's a little complicated. And I know some of us are not the best when it comes to numbers.
You're talking to me.
Yep. So I'm not going to teach this now. This is a tutorial. But what it has here is, it looks small. Hang on, let me zoom in on it. So what you do is you basically fill out like, all right, this farm area, there's 150 homes. This one is 200. This one is 250. What is the you're going to figure out how much you're going to mail. Anyway, what this calculator does, based on the average sales price, based on the turnover rate in that area, potential commission, how many homes sold, it'll tell you which is going to give you the highest rate of return. That's what ROI is, return on investment. So, bigger is not always better, right? So this area is got the most number of homes. They're the highest selling price in this example. But that letter D is not the best return. As a matter of fact, that one has the worst return. The best return is the middle one based on all the numbers. So this calculator will tell you where you should be farming. That's number one. The other thing is, sometimes even all that doesn't matter. If you just particularly like a neighborhood and you're passionate about the neighborhood, that's what's most important. So gang, what I wanted to tell you, one of the things I want you to walk away with the session, which is not part of the session, is that real estate is like, I've said this before to students, is like a diet. Like, which is the best diet, right? There's Atkins, there's, what else is there? Weight Watchers. There's all these different diets. So which is the best diet? You know, and I've done them all, by the way, and I'll tell you which one is the best. It's the one that you're going to actually do. And real estate's the same way. Sometimes you can overthink doing it the right way or doing the right thing. There's no right. There's no right. It's the one that's going to make your heart smile and that you're going to do. Like you enjoy real estate. If you enjoy what you're doing, and this is what we tell our kids, right? As long as you are doing the thing that you enjoy to do, the results will show up. The results will be the results, you know? Can you tweak a little better result over here versus over there? Yeah, possibly, but if this makes you miserable, is it worth the better? So, you know, if you like a neighborhood and you love that neighborhood, friggin' work that neighborhood, man. Work that neighborhood. So anyway, next question, Julie.
Monica wants to know if we have a role-playing group or day.
Sometimes
that's on Mondays because you end up role-playing a lot on Mondays with people, but
yeah, so there's a couple of three role play opportunities. Number one, when on the Monday coaching calls with me, I'll role play with you. We had just this Monday, we had an agent who was with another coach. I won't say their name, but it sounds like Mike Ferry. And so she said, you know, I've been doing that program for years and, you know, I would call 3 hours a day and I'm miserable because I didn't get results. I said, well, let me hear the dialogue. What did they teach you? And she did it. And I said, well, that's why, because it's bad dialogue. Because Mike never listed and sold real estate. He was a title guy. So a lot of people don't know that. So he's never called a FISB. Mike doesn't, you know, he's a great guy, but he's never done real estate listing and selling. So I don't know where he got his dial. It doesn't work. It's old school, hard sell. Now, the reason why some agents succeed with it, God bless them, is because they do a lot of it. I mean, you can call for 3 hours. If you call 3 hours, if you call people and you just barked for 3 hours, eventually somebody's going to say, oh, you must be real to come on. It's a numbers game. But if you want skill and ability and high return, like it's an art form. Real estate's an art. It's not a science. Like art, you know, like a ballet, that's art. Painter, that's an art. Singing, that's an art. And so there's nuances that you have to learn. Real estate is 90% communication. So you have to use the right words the right way at the right time. And anyway, so I role played with her and we recorded it. And she said, oh my God, that's so much better. So Monday, to answer your question, so the role play Monday, you want to role play with me? You call in at the time and you say, Darryl, can I role play calling a FISB expired? And I said, sure, and we'll record it and you'll listen to it later. That's number one. The second way is you can go to the Power Agent Facebook group and post to a fellow Power Agents, because Power Agents are better agents than any other agent in our industry. They really are. Because Power Agents, they're loving, caring, giving. They do motivational quotes. Power Agents are not like other agents. They're stingy. They hope they're not. As a matter of fact, whenever there's somebody stingy or that, we invite them to leave. All right. And we do it a funny way. So we have a culture. We keep tight with the culture. So if you were to post, hey, listen, I'm a Power Agent and I need help. Can somebody role play with me? You'll have people do that. So that's the second way. The third way is RedX, the company that does the FISBOs and expireds. They have, if you wanted to role play with one of their staff members before you start making your calls, there's a way to do that as well. So those are the three opportunities. Okay. Next question, Julie.
Absolutely. I love it. And we have, what time do you record the coaching calls? And we do, and there's a couple different ways to do that. Gerald will show you can listen to it on the site, or you can go to Facebook. We stream it live. So if you're more of a video person, Facebook is the way to go. If you want to take yourself off mute, role play with Darryl, you know, and talk one-on-one, then the Zoom is the way to go. And we record those and put them on the site.
Right. So you'll see if I do so here's what happens. So when we do the coaching calls, here it is. Here's what it looks like. So it's a Zoom, but you can call in, right? So you don't have to use Zoom. So you can do it on your computer. You can call in. You can log into the Facebook group and you can see it. And you see, look at how you see that there's 87 comments there because some people are commenting, they're asking their questions, and then Julie reads the question. So this is every Monday. This is what this is like. Okay. All right. Next question, Julie.
I love it. What is the difference between RPR and the MLS that you mentioned?
Okay, RPR. Listen, forget about being a power agent. If you're a realtor, RPR is free. Okay? RPR is the best CMA software in the industry. Do not pay for some of these other companies. It's a waste of money. RPR, we love RPR so much. What we did here is, I'll show you. We had them come in and we gave them their own link here. Where is it? Where's my RPR? Oh, I know where it is. Sorry, because we moved it. It's in vendors. So when you go to vendors, there's RPR. It'll bring you to the RPR page. And RPR, you have to log in. So I'm not logged in. We actually had them do an interview explaining the benefits of RPR. And it's the bomb. It's free to realtors. And what it can do is just phenomenal. I mean, you can do an 87 CMA. So RPR is better than any MLS report when it comes to CMAs. Okay, next question, Julie.
Can you please explain? We've got people that are looking to rejoin, that it's not $5 to rejoin. It would be the 47, and why?
Yeah, so, and I see somebody about the CRM too. So listen, if you were, so the $5 trial, obviously I probably don't have to explain this, but we will, right? So anybody that was a power agent, when they became a power agent the first time, they got their $5 trial, okay? So if you come back, if you quit, you come back, you can't do the $5 trial again. You already tried it. Otherwise, people would just keep trying. Every 30 days they would cancel, and so they try and do $5 a month. So if you are a past member, whatever you were paying, now you'd have to come in at 47. Like if you were at a lower price at one point, you left, you got to come in at 47. But when we raise the price, you're locked in now at the 47. So, all right. Next question. Oh, yeah. Was there another question? Oh, the CRM. The CRM, because that's an outside vendor with Exact Contact. Although Exact Contact, we negotiated a custom CRM for power agents because some of the letters in the program are in the CRM. Okay, so that's $49 a month, that's CRM. Now, if you go to Exact Contact and you sign up right on their website, don't do that because you're going to pay $69. So power agents actually get $20 less than the company itself. So don't go directly to the company. You're going to pay $20 more a month. And plus, you're not even getting the power agent CRM, you're getting a less one. So next question, Julie.
Let's see here. I have the address and homeowner names. I don't have their phone number and email. Will Red X be able to help me? Do they do append lists?
What's the question? You did it too fast. Say again.
They want to know if Red X can help them get the phone number and emails for homeowners' names and addresses.
Yes. Geo leads, name, phone number, email.
Perfect. How would you farm apartment complexes for buyers?
For buyers?
Mm-hmm.
You would have, do we have a flyer on don't rent, don't make your landlord rich or something like that?
I believe we have renter letters.
Let me see. I think we do. Hang on. So how you would prospect an apartment is you want to letter. Oh, that's for rent by owner. For rent by owner, prices are going up. No, we don't have a letter for renters, Julie.
Well, guess I'll put that with my S.M.I.L.E.
Well, now we got
that S.M.I.L.E. stop follow up.
Now we got 702 items. So what we're going to create for you is a flyer. Instead of it could be a letter, Julie, but it could also be a flyer that says, the benefits that compare renting versus owning, and do like a side by side with monies and stuff. Yeah. I will tell you, there was something that we created too, Julie, about it's in the slides. We should probably put that as an item too, where it's helping buyers with down payment. There's government resources for buyers. I know I had that slide once. It's in one of the buyer webinars. So we should probably create a separate flyer on that as well. Now that's 703 pieces. All right. So to answer that question, I'm sorry, we obviously don't have something, so we will create something now.
Where do I find the farming forms that you showed? In the farming tab, Christine?
Yes, if you go to farming, if I go to classroom and I go to farming, farming it's a promotion, it's all in here. So it's here somewhere. But it's also my slides too. So today's slides, you're going to get a copy of the slides. So it's all in here as well.
Perfect.
So anything that's in the slides usually is like all of these samples. These samples are not like I created that for the webinar, but you're going to get it in the webinar slides. But when I show you these flyers here, decluttering, that's all in the classroom. This smile stop, all of these things are in the classroom along with the slides. So, all right, next question, Julie.
Actually, if you could go to the site and do the search bar and type like May or June and show people how they can easily find content for the next month.
Okay, yeah. Listen, I love this, right? So if you want to know stuff you want to say, like what does Darryl and Julie and the team at Smile Squad have for May, for the month of May? Well, type in the month of May and let's see what comes up. I don't even know because I can't keep track of all this stuff anymore. There's the May Smile Stops. There's the May newsletter. There's the Cinco de Mayo holiday social media post, another social media post. There's National Pets Day. I didn't know in May. There you go. So there's 2 pages of May stuff, social media and flies and so let's May, June. What do we got in June, Julie? June. We got a social media post, newsletter for June, the Smile Stops for June. It's Juneteenth thing. Okay, very good. Happy Pride. We got Pride. We got 3 pages of June stuff. There's a Global Garbage Men Day. Julie, there's something wrong with you, Julie. How do you find these things?
I know.
All right.
Well, but I do want to make a note that everything in here is customizable. So it's super easy to download it, drop in your information, drop in your photo, your logo, your contact information, save it, upload it to Facebook, drop it in your email, however you want to send it out. It's super easy to do. So super easy.
Dana, Dana, thank you. See, some of the Power Agents know more than what we have. Dana just wrote here, there's a postcard about buying versus renting.
Thank you, Dana.
Hang on a second. But why didn't that show up when I searched rent?
I don't know.
Sarah, you there?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm going to look into that now, why it didn't come up.
Yeah, so find that postcard first and then tell me how to, or tag it rent, okay?
Got it.
All right, so Dana, thank you. Sarah's working on that. We're going to pull it up as soon as she's ready, done with that. Let me show you what Julie just said about customizing. I just clicked on the June newsletter. Let me show you some real magic. Are you ready for some magic? Watch this. I'm going to go like this. Give me a second. You can't see what I see now. I got to move it over to here. Now, top 10 Father's Day ideas to make him feel special. Okay, I'm going to send this to my son. Top home maintenance items to prepare for. Weird, but not true. June used to be the 4th month of the year. And oh my gosh, Julie. Okay, now here you put your face here. You can customize it. You put your contact information there. Watch what happens now, kids. I'm putting my name here, Darryl Davis, TSP, and There's a QR code. You put your QR code in there. There's more customization. I'm not going to do a tutorial. I'm just showing you. You can customize. Now watch this. Let's say you don't like the fact that we use the word home, right? You see how it says home? I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to put house. Look at that. Look at how you can edit this thing down to the period. You want to give it, you don't want to give it, there's no period. I want to give it an exclamation mark and like this. Whoa, look at that. Look at how easy this is. But wait, there's more. Let's go back to that Father's Day thing. And let's say I wanted to copy this. And I want to use it as a social media post.
Or an email to your child.
Well, wait a second. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my personal page, and I'm going to post this here. Now, I gotta do some work now because the numbers didn't show up, right? So I'm gonna start numbering it. And where am I? One. Oh, why is my one not working? I know why, because I don't have my number cap thing. Hang on, sorry. I'm saying how easy I was gonna make this. And there's one. And then I'm gonna start. So anyway, I'm gonna start editing this and put numbers and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go back one more time. Give me a second. And I'm going to copy this top 10. Give me a second. The heading. And I'm going to minimize this. And I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to go like this. Now, the top 10. Now, I'm going to tag my son in this friggin' thing. I'm just kidding. But here, my point is, I am now creating a social media blog post on Facebook for the top 10 Father's Day idea. Or if I wanted to finish this, I could copy and paste this and put it in my newsletter. Or if I wanted to create this as a little flyer and giveaway. So my point here, ladies and gents, just from this one piece, and there's 700, I had created a blog post, a social media post. Oh, by the way, you know what else I could do? Let's say I wanted to do a video. Darryl, I don't know. I want to do more videos, but I don't know what the hell to say. There you go. There's your script. Hey, I got a video. Hi, folks, in my farm area. Darryl Davis here, coming to talk to you about how to make real estate wonderful again. And but this message, I really want to just talk to the fathers and to the kids of the fathers to help your father smile. And then you can read off the top 5 because 10 would be too long of a video. Anyway, I could keep going over here. This one thing, I can probably get multiple uses. Mm-hmm. And we have 701 things. All right, Julie.
David asked, is there a quarterly newsletter option? You can just pick and choose. You can change the graphics if you want. It's pretty flexible, David.
Let me show you, David. Here's what you do. Let me cancel this post because people will be like, why is Darryl? It's not Father's Day yet. What the hell's wrong with him? Okay. He lost his mind. Let me go over here and show you Classroom. Classroom is always the best place to start. And Power Agents, just search. So let's do newsletter. Let me search newsletter. There's so much stuff in here. We try to categorize to make it easy for you, but man, the search is a beautiful thing. So now there's all the newsletters. Now we update these newsletters every month. So April, May's newsletter is not what last year's May was. So we keep rotating it, changing the content, even though I didn't want to used to do that. Julie made me. So now you can do quarterly. Just pick your quarters and there's your newsletters. All right, next question, Julie.
I love it. Jenny just signed up. Yay.
Congratulations, Jenny. Smart. It's $5, Jenny. Great job. It's the best $5 you just spent. I will tell you, I had somebody email me once, which was really nice. Darryl, I signed up for the program. Here's why. For no other reason. You gave me more than $5 worth of material in that free webinar. And if nothing else, I felt like I should pay you at least the $5. So that was nice. I don't know if that's how you feel. Any of you feel that way about today's, but anyway, just thought I'd share that. All right, next question.
Well, just to have, even a newsletter service is going to cost you more than what our whole coaching program costs you in a month. So it's we get newsletters, you get social media, you get a little bit of everything. I see you're going to answer Angela's question.
I see Angela's question about how do I get a Power Agent t-shirt? Here you go. If you go at the top, you have to be logged in because we it's not the same for non-Power Agents. So I think that's true. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is there's the mug that we have and all the other tchotchkes. Now hang on a second. Here's a teaching thing. Hang on a second. By the way, we have gray, white, and if you're sloppy like me, please don't get the white. Now, the open house flags. Let me tell you something about the open house flags. So the open house flags that we got the biggest for you all, and it has the Power Agent logo on it. When you would watch the open house, how to turn an open house and get like 100 people like the other Power Agent did, one of the most important things are the flags. And I know they're expensive. Like this is $200. but you'll use them over and over again. But they're so huge, it drags people in, right? So this is one of the strategies. So if you have money, you have a mortgage person throw money at you. Those are great investments. Okay. Next question, Julie.
Excellent. Do you have to live in a farm area that you're farming?
Okay. Sarah just said she fixed the thing. Let me just do this. Hang on a second. So Sarah fixed the postcard. And Sarah, if there's anything else that we have that would be for renters, maybe we should really pay attention to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, okay, good. So, gang, Sarah just fixed it for us. So that rental person who asked that question. So we have a postcard, and this is good, right? So it's downloading and opening. So I'm going to show you. And Dana, thank you again for helping us with that. So it's opening. Here it is. Okay. Whoops, too small, too big. Okay. So rent adds up. So buying a home will save you thousands of dollars. So if you're paying, $2,000 in rent a month, geez, in 10 years, you paid $250,000. And what do you have to show for that? So if you're still renting, you're missing out on the benefits of home ownership, building your equity, receiving tax benefits, stabilizing your payments, building your credit, freedom from your landlord. Call me or text me, and I'll help you find a home for your budget. That's a beautiful card, man. So to answer the question for the renters in the apartment, I would take this thing, put your photo there, add a QR code, and there you go. So, all right, next question, Julie.
I love it. Hold on one second. Samantha just signed up. Very excited to get started. Yay.
Congratulations, Julie's doing yay. We used to have an applause button, and it doesn't work. I know.
Alexis just signed up for the $5 deal. I like the information materials support network and Darryl's methodology. I'm looking forward to learning and deploying S.M.I.L.E techniques. Awesome, Alexis. That's awesome.
As I said to you guys, listen, if it's not me, I just have to make sure everybody understand this. If your market, if it seems harder right now, what's going to happen is that there's going to be two types of agents. There's going to be the agents that survive this, or the agents who leave real estate because they couldn't make the money. And the ones that are going to survive or even thrive are the ones that are subscribing to Warren Buffett's thinking. When people are afraid, that's when you get greedy. Now, that was his word. So, but the concept is, when people are zigging, you should zag. When people are not investing in themselves, that's when you should invest in yourself. When people are not prospering because they're waiting for business to come to them, that's when you should prospect. You need to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. And that's, if you look at top agents, that's what they're doing. Okay, next question.
I love it. I don't think we finished Karen's question, which was, do you have to live in a farm area to market it?
I'm sorry, Karen. Sorry about that. No, Karen, you do not need to live in an area and farm that area, right? So real estate. So I used to say this, Karen, that wherever your office has name recognition, then it's good, right? And if you belong to a name brand or a big company, that's good. But you know what? I don't even think that's important anymore. I used to say that, but I used to say that before the internet, literally. Now, the lines of real estate, where your office is, where you live, all of that is so not important anymore. And it's honestly because of the internet and social media. And because when people look at a house, like watch this, when you go on Facebook, right? And if you see a house that's for sale, an agent posts, hey, new listing coming to the market. If you see that in your feed, where do you look? Do you care? Do you look to figure out who that agent is and where their office is? No. You look at that house and you're trying to find the address. So the point is that where you are or where your office address is doesn't matter anymore, because people just want to know, where is the house located? That's what's important. So, okay, next question, Julie.
I love it. Gail says, I'm an agent for 2 to 4 units. I have 5 great areas, great at rentals, need clients, any list suggestions or clubs to participate in. So I think we gave some list ideas, right? Some data ideas.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure too. She's in how many areas?
She said, I have 5 great areas. She's great at rentals. She needs clients. Any list suggestions? I'm assuming for farming. So you try Cold Directory, RedX,
No,
Geo.
I'll tell you. Listen, I was talking to one of my students today about something on this too. So I know we're talking about S.M.I.L.E stuff, and also there's mailings and stuff. But you know, the best way to build your business is to pick up the phone, and just call people, because it's cheapest, it's quickest. When you mail something out, you're waiting for somebody. It's almost like, this is a really extreme example, but it's almost like back in the day when people believed in multiple gods, like the sun god and the farming god or whatever, and they would bring not sacrifices. What is it they would bring? Julie, help me with the words. Like a tray of fruit, and they would bring it to a stack. An offering. So they bring an offering to the farm god, and or the moon god, and here's the offering. And so then they expect the moon god to give them good crops. To me, that's what farming is with mailings. If you mail out, you're waiting and hoping that they're going to do something and it's going to make your business work. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of mailings. I believe mailings are planting seeds, and it's putting your name, face, and what you do for a living. But mailings is an ongoing thing to work on a regular, consistent basis. If you need business now, don't be bringing offerings to the moon god. Get on the phone and talk to people, because that will get you the highest return quickest. Go knock on their doors. Do the S.M.I.L.E stops. Belly to belly, face to face, toe to toe. All right. Next question, Julie.
Right. Well, we had that conversation on the coaching call, right? Now is the time to get away from your screen get out of the office, being visible, just like you said, face to face, phone to phone, just you can't wait for it to come to you anymore. You just can't. It's not.
This is the market where you got to work. You got to get up off your chair and out to people, or put your name tag, man. Stupid, silly thing that works. You need to let people know you are in business. They got to know your name, face, and what you do for a living. You got to be out there. Okay. Next question.
I love it. That's like Tracy. She gets clients all the time when she goes in the grocery store, because she's a living, breathing, walking, talking billboard for her company.
Is there any more questions, Julie?
Yeah. Marie Josie, actually, she is in the chat because she couldn't get it to work. She says, I have a new listing and I want to find the best way to do geofarming out of my state, as we work mostly with New Yorkers. Also geofarming via Facebook as well, and sending a mailing out of the area. Hope I'm clear.
I'm
She's
sorry, Marie.
On her phone, so she couldn't.
I see. It's not too clear. I'm reading it here. I have a new listing and I want to find the best way to do geofarming out of my state, as we work mostly with New Yorkers. Yeah, Marie, I'm sorry, darling. I'm all over the place with your question. The only part I understand is that you have a new listing, and I'm assuming you want to use that listing to promote. I don't understand your question, and I'm sorry. Lisa said, love you switched it to video. We need a video workshop. What tools to use, length of time to read, video editing, where to create and save them before posting thoughts. Lisa, so here's what I can tell you about video, because I'm pretty good with video, and I'm going to show you something. There's a lot of softwares or ideas out there about video. I'm not a fan of most of those things. And I think there's just an easier way to do it. And I'm going to show you. I think it's called Facebook, or we can do live. Let me see here. There's too many pages for that. Okay, let me try that again. Great ways to get Facebook ad sheet. Let me not do Facebook. Let me do live. What's that? The 35 ideas, Julie. What's that? Here it is. I got it. So I just typed in the word live. Okay. And you'll see it says 35 social media live video ideas. So here's my suggestion. My suggestion, number one, when you do video, it doesn't have to be live, even though that says live. It could be recorded. That's number one. Number two is it needs to be consistent. So if you do you need to pick a certain day of the week. Let's say it's Monday or Tuesday, or it could be more than one day, but it should be consistent at the same time. Here is ideas. Like, we don't give you a script because you don't want to sound scripted. 3 quick tips for creating curb appeal. 3 questions to ask yourself when considering selling your home. You guys can come up with the content. We gave you the title, like 3 quick curb appeal ideas. What would you tell somebody are good curb appeal ideas? Paint the front door. Make sure that your drapes look good from the street. I'm making these up, by the way, as I go along. And check your plants and your bushes, that they're kept nice. There you go. There's 3 curb appeal ideas. So you can do a video on that. Just talk from your heart. You do not have to do scripts. It should not be scripts. Get the concept and record it. Now, when you do it, you should record 3 or 4 at one time. And now, if you do once a week, Monday, and you've recorded 3, you now have the next 3 weeks done. So you don't record it every Monday. You record several, and in show business, they say you get it in the can, and then you just schedule to post them. Now, how do you schedule them? Is you use several different softwares, but one is Buffer. Buffer, you can do it for $10 a month, and you can schedule all of your posts in advance. It's, to me, the easiest one to use. So there's my suggestions. Okay.
I love it.
Congratulations, Donna Lambert. Why does that name sound familiar, Donna Lambert? That sounds familiar to me. So maybe it's a common name, but congratulations, Donna. We're glad to have you. Okay.
Back to the video real quick, though. Any of those flyers, like the why a FSBO shouldn't be a FSBO or downsizing and all that, any of those flyers you can pull content from to make videos as well. And just get out in the neighborhood, in the communities, and showcase what is awesome about your communities. She says we could be related.
Okay. Any of the newsletters, like the newsletters have at least 3 or 4 little articles in the newsletters. There's 3 or 4 potential. So we have so much content for you guys. You don't need to sign up on any of those other things. Donna, welcome once again. Dawn, let's see. What about these days when people do not answer the phones? How do you get them to pick up if not part of your sphere? Donna, great question. This is why, Donna, you should be prepared when you're making your calls. There's 2 ways to do that, Donna. Number one is you be prepared and assume you're going to get a voicemail. So it may go to the voicemail, but people will still listen to the voicemail, even though they're screening their calls. So you got to make sure your words in what you use is enticing enough for somebody to call you back. That's number one. Number two is using the slide broadcast. If you know that that's going to happen, you could start that way, Dawn. Just say, you know what? Don't even do the prospecting dialogue thing. Take a whole set of FSBOs, record our voicemail, slide broadcast the sucker out. Do that with the expireds. Do that with the farm. Do that with an open house, and then you can do a follow-up call. Do that one live. You see, I'm telling you, this slide broadcast is the other thing. Watch this open house. You know what you can do in an open house? You're having an open house. You want to have like 100 people show up. What you do, Donna, is get your list of everybody in the neighborhood and record that message and slide broadcast. Say, oh, hi, this is Don. I'm sorry I missed you. The reason why I was calling is one of your neighbors has decided to sell their house. They hired me to do that. And I wanted to call and personally invite you to a neighborhood open house. It's just for the neighbors. Now, the homeowner will not be home. So they've asked me to manage this. So that way you can see the house. In case if you know of anybody who wants to buy in the area, you'd be aware of it. So here's the information. It's this Saturday anyway, I just recorded this message. I almost broke my phone. I just recorded this message to invite the neighbors to a neighborhood open. The homeowner's not going to be home. They're all going to show up because they're going to be nosy. And I send that out to 100 homeowners, slide broadcast, bada bing. Now watch this. Do another slide broadcast after the open house. Hey, thanks for coming, because you'll tag people who came, who didn't come. If they didn't come, you say, hi, this is Darryl again. I'm sorry you weren't able to make it to the neighborhood open house, but I want to just reach out to you again that we are going to do one for the general public. So if you wanted to stop by, or if you know of anybody, you can send them to the open house. It's going to be this day. I'm telling you, this slide broadcast is going to help shake the trees and get inventory, man. I'm so excited about this. All that dialogue is there for you. All right, next question, Julie.
All you have to do is go into the classroom, click on the search bar, put in SLI. All of those dialogues will pop up for you.
Yep.
Super easy.
Yep.
Super easy. Darryl, is there any way you can go to the site and show them where they'll find the webinar on demand with the slides tomorrow? Once you're done that, thank you.
So I just did the slide. I just typed that in, webinars on demand. When you go there, today's webinar will be in this first position. This is the last week's one. When I click on that, this is what it'll look like. You'll see me doing the webinar. There I'm teaching. Okay, and there's, okay, all right, whatever. You don't need to hear me. I'm here. And there's the slides. So that's what that is, okay? So next, tomorrow, that will be here. Next question, Julie.
Just back to Marie Josie. She just wants to know how to get GeoLead. So that's going to be through RedX. She's on the chat, so the site chat. You're going to go through RedX. Now she's marketing a property in her area, but she wants to market to people coming from New York. So I was explaining to her that she can get GeoLeads. Doesn't have to be her market. She can get GeoLeads in other areas, correct?
Yes.
So RedX would be the solution for that.
RedX, yeah. And the best thing, too, is if she needs any more help, is to use the chat. She's a power agent. Use the chat and we'll help her more.
I told her to be on Monday's call as well, so that you can speak directly to her, because she's got
That's great.
a lot of
Perfect
specific questions.
Yep.
And she was the one wondering, how do I get a copy of the slides and a copy, because she's driving, and a copy of.
Okay, I think we've helped her enough. Let's get to these other ones here. Dawn said, thank you, super helpful. You're welcome, Dawn. Donna, are the Monday sessions recorded? Yes, Donna, they are recorded. When you go to Classroom and then you go to the coaching calls, when you go there, you will see all of the recordings for every week. And so we have, we have way more recordings that you will ever listen to, because we're training hordes. Like, there's hoarders. We hoard all of our content, so you have access to. It's just so much. There's just so much good stuff. Okay.
And if you prefer video, you can watch it on the stream on Facebook. So
that's right.
I love Lisa said she's gonna go change her outfit and her hair and start recording
at once. Awesome. Now, Lisa, that's funny that you'd say that, Lisa, because I'm going to give you a tip. Now, when I used to do it that way, because I don't do it that way now anymore, we do it a different way. But we use the coaching calls and we chop it up. But I would actually change my suit. So when I used to record, I would record one, and then I would change my tie or my shirt and record the next one, and then change it again. So, and I would do it in the studio. So that's kind of important. You can get away with like 2 back-to-back, like with your same outfit. And if you go close in on your head where they're not really paying attention to the outfit so much, and if you just turn this way, now the backdrop looks a little different, right? If you're outside, for example. So kind of just keep that in mind. Okay. You're welcome. Yep. Annette says, would RedX identify the numbers that are in the do not call list in GeoLeads? Yes, Annette. They have one of the columns it says do not call us at the column, and they'll say yes or no. So yeah, I will tell you this though about the do not call list. Number one is do what your broker says to do. Number two is I'm going to give you my opinion. The do not call list is very specific, saying that you can't call people on the do not call list to solicit them. Now, the solicitation means selling. Now, if you're calling to sell stocks, you can't call those people. But if you're calling to ask them if they know of anybody thinking of selling, like other people, that's not soliciting and selling. That's just calling and doing a survey, if you will. So in my opinion, I think you can call even people on the do not call list when you are not asking or selling them a service on the phone. You're asking about other people. Now, like I said, you do what your broker says to do, but that's my take on it. Annette, thank you. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay. Well, listen, I have to let you guys go because you need to make money. You need to take this. You need to implement. You need to become a power agent. Now, if you are a power agent, there's probably some things that I've said you're like, oh, geez, I didn't know. So make sure you implement one or two things. That's number one. If you're a guest, the best thing for you to implement right now is to click on that floating thing to become a power agent so you can get your username and password, and then you're going to start implementing, okay? When you sign up as a guest, we're going to hold your hand. We've got a step-by-step process. It's called onboarding to get you up and running in the next 30 days. So you don't have to stress so much about this webinar. Should I do this first, do that first? Take that out of your head. Just sign up, do the $5, and we're going to hold your hand over the next 30 days. We'll tell you what you need to do so that way you can have success in this market, okay? So don't overthink it. Just become a power agent. Okay. One last thing is tomorrow, Julie, what is our session tomorrow?
So tomorrow's session is the training. So we've had a lot of new power agents that just signed up, and some of you may be going, "Ooh, this is a lot to take in." And so tomorrow, either Gail or Shelly will hold your hand. Literally, it's a live Q&A. She can hear you. You can talk to her. You can ask questions. But she's going to go through all the best practices, how to get started, how not to get overwhelmed. And that's at 11 Eastern. We put the link in the webinar registration, and it's in the calendar. So
what Julie's talking about tomorrow is we call it Walkthrough Thursday, which Gail goes through the website and all of the wonder of it all. And if you sign up today, you'll get a link. You'll be able to do that. And so that's going to be one of our recommendations, is to be on tomorrow's call. Now, by the way, all of our stuff is always recorded. So let's say you can't make it tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern time. Don't worry about it. It's recorded. You'll be able to watch it on the Facebook feed. Anyway, we'll take care of you. The last thing we're going to say, stop thinking, click on the thing, become a power agent, and then you're going to hear from us in a phone call and emails, and we're going to hold your hand to make sure that you have a great rest of the year. All right. Well, listen, gang, I want to thank you very much for spending your time with me. I hope it was valuable. I hope I made a difference with you as a power agent or as a guest or a new power agent. We're here for you. This is an interesting market, not an easy market, but a possible market. A lot of opportunities as long as you do the right thing. We're here to help you do that. Okay. Thank you. God bless you. Last thing I just want, in case I don't ever see you again, those of you on this call, as a licensed professional, your state already said that you know more about real estate than any civilian. That should give you confidence. And the second thing is, real estate is one of the most important things for people's lives. And when they sell their house, they're selling it because they're closing a chapter, or if they're buying one, they're opening up a new chapter in their life. So it's a life-changing experience for real estate. And as a licensed agent, you have the ability to be a part of that in these people's lives. So what you do is help people get to their next level. You make a difference in the world, and you're licensed to do this for others. So it's a great profession. We want you to be better skilled and better professional so you can help more people. And your money is a reflection as to how many lives you've touched. So go touch a lot of lives. The money will follow you. God bless you. Please stay safe, stay focused. And of course, don't forget to keep smiling. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.